Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. Apologies, I look absolutely awful, don't I? I don't know if it's the lights, but I do feel extremely cream crackered. I've had a very busy uh, month and a half with work and everything, and it's just non-stop. I've had 2 beers today, and you'd think, looking at me, I've had about 30, wouldn't you? But no, I've only had 2, and I'm gonna whack out another beer review as well. They're both beer reviews as well, the ones that I've had today. So this is my third one of the day. It's going to be ages before this goes up, but obviously by the time you see this, it would have been ages ago. So we are looking at another beer from that dodgy subscription service. You know, the one that I actually cancelled, and then they still sent me one out because they decided to move the date. And this one is a collaboration brew from a Dutch brewery that I've had one beer from because that was in the previous box, and a UK brewery. So the beer we are looking at is a can of Piece of the TT, I believe it is. Piece of the TT, hazy pale ale, coming in at 5% ABV. I'm that tired I can't even read it. And it is from Dutch Bargain and Brew by Numbers. So Dutch Bargain, obviously the Dutch brewery, and Brew by Numbers out of the UK. So there we go. There's the can up there. A bit odd and weird. 330ml. I'm not even going to try and read anything on there. There we go. I'll put that up there. If you want to have a nosy, zoom in, pause it, whatever, feel free. Just come out the fridge. So it's nice and chilled. It's been in the fridge for a while. So let's get it cracked open and see what we get. Is it a piece of the TT or is it a piece of the TC? Or I don't know. Good God, what an awful review. Never review beers when you're shattered and tired. Anyway, let's get it cracked open, see what we get. Hazy pale ale, 5%. Hopefully it'll be all right. Be nice if it's got half decent body, plenty of flavour, hoppy. But we shall see. I think the last one I'd done, the Dutch Bargain beer, was actually okay. I can't remember what it was now, if it's an IPA or not. But Brew by Numbers are generally pretty solid as well. It's a beer in a glass. It's definitely hazy. I'm not sure if that's bubbles or lots of sediment in there. Let's have a look. Get it up against the light. I think there's quite a bit of sediment in there, nice and hazy. Lemon sort of looking colour. Not seeing too much carbonation go up, but it does look like a very much sort of washing up liquid kind of head, pure white head. Well, there we go, that's what it looks like. So I'm going to give it a swirl. We'll dive in with the nose and we'll see what we get. Oh Christ, there's something in there. Can't put my finger on it. Nose wise, lemon. Oh, there's something else there. Slight sweetness about it, maybe. Oh, there's something I just can't put my finger on. I don't know. Could you call it strawberry-like? I don't know. Hoppy, and I just really cannot put my finger on this note. Yeah. Lemon sweet, hoppy. Oh, I don't know. I really don't know. I just can't put my finger on it. But it smells all right. There's nothing nasty in there anyway. So we'll get the rest in there. It looks nice enough. It looks pretty decent, to be fair. So Dutch Bargain, Brew by Numbers, and a piece of the TC or the TT. I don't know. Hazy pale ale coming in at 5% ABV. Lesson to everyone: don't do beer reviews when you're tired. Cheers. I'm still concentrating on that smell. I am getting it in the taste. Let's go it again. %. Hazy pale. I'm not going to say it's an amazing body, but I've certainly had the body of this beer is certainly a lot better. I've had a lot worse. It's certainly not heavy, but it's not a disappointing body. It's a nice drinkable sort of body, if a little light, but it's not ruining the beer, let's put it that way. Nice and smooth. Busy on the carbonation, but really, really small bubbles. So it's not really roughening up that mouthfeel. It still feels very smooth. It's very drinkable. There's a caramel note, I think, in this. Definitely getting sort of like a caramel maltiness going on. Maybe that's just that thing I was maybe picking up on the nose. And I think that's what I'm getting in the taste. Nice and smooth. Yeah, definitely sort of like a caramel malty note. Slightly sweet, so you're getting that edge of it there in the taste. Little bit of sharpness that is, I said I was getting sort of like orange, lemon on the nose. I think it's somewhere lemon, orange, citrus, zesty. It's sort of got that zesty sort of twang to it without actually being over zesty. You just get that. I think it's the carbonation that just brings out that sort of zesty feel to it. There's definitely something else in there. I'm maybe going to guava as well. Maybe a little bit of pineapple, possibly guava, but I could be wrong about that. There's flavours in there that just seem to maybe be merging a bit and they're fooling me. But it's a nice, enjoyable drop, it's got to be said. I sort of do like that sort of caramel edge that I'm picking up in it. I do like that. It does make the body feel fuller in taste, which then just makes the beer feel a little bit better. 5%. Yeah, lovely little sweetness there. A little caramel sort of sweetness. I do like that. 5%. It drinks like a 5% beer, pretty much, I would say. It's got flavour there. It's not bombarding you too much. Is it sessionable? Depends on how sessionable you want this beer to be, on how much you're going to drink of it. I think you could easily drink 3-4 cans of that. I think maybe after that you might find that sort of caramel note sort of thing that I feel I'm picking up. The sweetness of that sort of thing might get a little bit too much. But overall it's quite a pleasant beer. A lot of these sort of hazy pales, this craft stuff, they all tend to be very, very thin and just very much hop forward with no sort of maltiness in there. I feel you do get that maltiness. And it is adding a little bit to the beer. Yeah, I mean, it's just a pretty nice drop. I could see some people disliking it. I think that caramel thing, that sort of feel to it might put some people off. I don't mind it, but I think, like I say, I think it would become a little bit too much maybe with that sort of sweet sort of taste to it. But it's nice enough. It's certainly no wow factor. It's not putting a massive smile on my face. It's not making me want to tell you to rush out and buy it. But I wouldn't say there's anything particularly wrong with it. But at the same time, I wouldn't sit here, drink this and go, do you know what? Yeah, I'm going to go and get that again. Enjoyable enough, but a one-off sort of drinking experience, I would say, for me. So a Dutch bargain and brew by numbers, and their piece of the TT or TC, whichever it is, hazy pale ale, 5%. I'm going to give it a thumbs up, but possibly a Marmite beer. If you've had this beer before, let me know your thoughts on it. Thank you all for watching. Apologies for looking so rough and tired. Hopefully in some reviews coming up after this, I might look a little bit better. Could just be the light as well, but what's it matter? Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will see you again soon on another one. Cheers.